Over 100 people gathered in Simonstown to show their support for the South Peninsula's baboons. The march follows the City of Cape Town's May notice proposing the forced removal of 5 identified troops. The Metro cites ongoing conflict with residents, property damage and danger to human and animal life. Whether and how the city plans on removing the baboons was at the heart of the matter.
But we don't have clarity on which decision they are going for. At the moment, they have had input from a panel of international experts. And today's march was about making the authorities aware of not only international experts, but the people, and where the people's heart is and how people feel about this. Because we can't just rely on people from a dispassionate academic point of view to give advice. We also need to hear what people say, and I think they said it very loudly today.
Conservationists say the root causes, habitat loss, food attractants and poor waste management are being ignored.
So we would really like to locate this within the bigger question of how do we, as people with an exploding population, relate to our biodiversity in the city where like right now we're between 2 reserves, a mountain reserve and an ocean reserve. But yes, this is a city of 4.5 million people, but is it going to be treated as a city space the same as a city anywhere else in the world, London, New York or whatever, or are we going to make some accommodations for this really precious and privileged wildlife that we have around us? Because living on the edge of wild spaces, there's a lot of things, whether it's the little stripy mouse come into the kitchen and people put down rat poison, and then the rats, because they're moving slowly when they're dying, get eaten by the owls or the caracals, and then we lose animals that way. There's a lot that we need to consider as human beings, and unfortunately, if it comes down to what's convenient for us, it's often a limited choice. So we would ask more generous consideration.
Baboons are crucial for the health of the ecosystem and maintaining the area's biodiversity.
So baboons are regarded as the gardeners of the environment. They do seed dispersal, but they activate the soils and they activate the plants as well. You know, some people might say that they break plants, but they are activating plants. And after fires, for example, when you get a lot of the pioneer species of plants coming in, the baboons, like pelargoniums, for example, the baboons will come in and keep them under control, which allows the more specific plants an opportunity to grow. So they're very important in the ecosystem, and they're very important in our culture and history.
A memorandum was handed over by the activists to City of Cape Town official Greg Olofse. It's the latest challenge to the city's proposal as calls continue for a different plan, including implementing bylaws that are already in place. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Vaylen Kirtley.